Well, it's finally here, the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer, and I'm still confused, so let's have a look at what we saw, or what we think we saw. Hello and welcome to Brandix Reviews. Just a very quick look at the new Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. This is the first trailer that we have seen. Today is the 19th of February 2014. Now this is a film which ties in with the Avengers Assemble related films. So just to kind of recap, we had The Incredible Hulk in 2008 and Iron Man. Then in 2010 we had Iron Man 2. 2011 we saw Thor and Captain America. 2012 we saw Avengers Assemble, as it's known in the UK. Then 2013 we moved on to Phase 2. So anything post Avengers Assemble, it was Phase 2. And that has been Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, which is Thor 2 basically. And in next month, in March, in the UK anyway, we're going to get to see Captain America the Winter Soldier, which is Captain America 2. And following that in August, the film I'm going to be talking about, the trailer for this film, Guardians of the Galaxy. And this has got to be the weirdest of the films in terms of kind of tying together. I don't know exactly how it's going to tie in. I'll kind of cover that with what I'm about to go through anyway, with what we've seen in the trailer. Because you might have seen the trailer and still be scratching your head. This was something that was announced, I think, back in 2012 at the Comic Con in San Diego, that they were doing this film, and a lot of fans were like, it's kind of cool, but I don't really know where they're going. And to see the trailer, you kind of get a glimpse of what it is. It's basically a space sci-fi comedy, from what I gather anyway. I'm not a big fan of that genre, I'll be honest, and I'm not massively sold on this trailer, but it could be quite good, and I'm hoping that it is, because these films so far, as far as I'm concerned, have been very good. But like I say, I'm not personally a big fan of the genre. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like the new Star Trek films. I like most of the original Star Trek films. I do own them. And I like Star Wars as well, which kind of isn't a comedy, but you know, those are the essential kind of sci-fi space ones when you think about that genre. But there's other things, TV shows and stuff like Farscape, Babylon 5, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, all that kind of stuff, Doctor Who even, I guess. Not a big fan of that genre. I like Red Dwarf. Red Dwarf is very good, which is a space comedy again. So it seems to be that's the kind of film this is. I mean, I'm sure it'll have its own little sort of unique differences, but what I'm going to do anyway is go through what is in the trailer. I've kind of made notes here, and I'm going to show you some stills from the trailer as well, because you might have seen the trailer and, like I said, still be scratching your head over as what it is you're seeing, so what you can expect. So I'm just going to go through what I know, what research I've done on top of what little I already know as well, and this is basically the gist of it. Okay, first off we have Korath the Pursuer, played by Jimon Hansu. I believe I've pronounced that right. He's an actor that was seen in films like Gladiator back in 2000 and also the film The Island. I think he also did one of the voices, it was the voice of Black Panther in one of Marvel's animated features about the superhero character. As far as I know, this is the first ever live-action representation of the Kree. The Kree being an alien race, much to Marvel what the Klingons are to the universe of Star Trek. Beyond that, I don't really know what the character's part is going to be in this. Then we have the Nova Corps. I don't really know too much about these guys, so I don't really want to sort of speculate on that, but you can see generally who they are from watching the trailer, but beyond that I'm not quite sure. Drax the Destroyer in full makeup, seen here, played by Dave Bastia. This is a character I know a little bit about from having read some of the Thanos stories. He was set out to kill Thanos, whom moviegoers saw very briefly at the end credits of 2012's Avengers Assemble. I'm not quite sure how his character is going to work in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, but he is apparently set out to seek revenge over the death of his family, so it could be in the film with a similar capacity to what I've seen him in the comics. I have no idea how Thanos himself is going to fit in with this film. I'm a big fan of Thanos, the character. I even have a figure of him on my fireplace. He's pretty badass, so the Drax the Destroyer character seen in this picture is obviously kind of central to him, so we'll see how that plays anyway. Actress Zoe Saldana, who played Uhura in the last 2 Star Trek movies, plays Gamora. Apparently she's the most dangerous woman in the galaxy. You don't really see much of her in the trailer, but apparently she's killed a lot of people. That's pretty much all we know about her. Rocket Raccoon, voiced by Bradley Cooper. This completely CGI character does look pretty cool. I have to admit, I'd be the first person to say if this wasn't the case. Kind of weird. I was really interested to see how he'd look in action. Well, now we pretty much know, so I'm quite impressed with what I've seen so far anyway. Who the hell is this guy? Well, he's called Groot. He's pretty much a walking, talking tree man thing. Again, pretty impressive CGI. I'm not sure how much he talks in the film, but he must talk because action man Vin Diesel is providing his voice acting skills for this character. No sarcasm intended there, by the way. I do like Vin Diesel. He's got a pretty cool voice too, so I'm happy with that. For the human element of the film, well, half human, we have Chris Pratt in the role of Peter Quill, or Star-Lord. He, as far as I know, is the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. He seems to feature fairly prominently in the trailer, so you can pretty much see for yourself. Now, one thing that's interesting, it does seem that there are a number of alien races in this film. I'm not a hardcore Marvel fan, but I assume that Marvel Studios have delved into their catalogue of space creatures from decades worth of comics and brought some of them to life here. Any thoughts or knowledge to elaborate on that, please feel free to leave comments on the website brandxreviews.com or the YouTube page. Next we have Nebula, played by Doctor Who's Karen Gillan. Now this is interesting. She's the granddaughter of Thanos, who I mentioned before from the credits in the Avengers Assemble from 2012. So if you're a fan of the Thanos character, like I say, this is an interesting character. Here we have the Collector, played by Benicio del Toro, also seen briefly in the mid-credits of Thor, The Dark World, which came out in cinemas last year. Now, to be fair, I think there are more questions than there are answers right now with regards to this guy. I did cover his character and what I know of him in my Thor The Dark World video when I reviewed the film upon its theatrical release in October last year. So if you go to brandxreviews.com, you can see more about that there in the archives. So there it is, basically. Like I say, if there's anything you want to add to this, if you think I've got anything slightly wrong or whatever, just feel free to correct me, because like I say, I admit I don't have a huge amount of knowledge. I've just done a bit of research on this, and that's pretty much what I feel is written in stone at this point. But other thing I wanted to cover anyway, on a similar subject, as I say, today's date, as I'm recording this, is the 19th of February, so on Monday the 24th of February, that's the Monday coming up, we're going to be seeing the Blu-ray release in the UK of Thor The Dark World, and with that you get the Marvel one-shot, the short film, which is called All Hail the King, in which we see the Mandarin character, or Mandarin that wasn't, it was actually an actor called Trevor Slattery, played by Ben Kingsley. So I'm sure you've seen the film anyway, so I'm not really going to go into that, but whether you loved it or hated it, this is what the Marvel one-shot is about, coming up on Monday. Now, there is a bit more information about it online. There's a couple of clips as well. There's quite a funny bit where it shows him in prison, and some of the other prison inmates are getting him to do his impression of the Mandarin. And he kind of puts the glasses on and does his "You'll never see me coming," and they all kind of laugh at him. It's pretty funny, and it looks quite good.
And you'll never see me coming.
So that's coming up anyway on Monday, so be sure to check that out. And I'll probably do a review of that following this as well once I've seen it on Monday. So I'm a bit of a geek. I've got the day booked off work, so I'll be able to watch it, and I'll have plenty of time to give my thoughts on it on brandxreviews.com. That's the website anyway. So if you want to leave any comments you can do so on the website. There is also the YouTube page, which is easily accessible through the website, through the social media section on the website, so you can leave comments there as well. So let us know what you think. If there's anything you want to add, if you want to subscribe to our YouTube page, feel free to do so, and we will see you next time. Thank you very much for watching.